Let me fix my fucking chat. I don't know why it always starts off like that anymore. So if you guys know, I've never reacted to like a Jeffrey Epstein video or anything like that. It's because I've been kind of waiting around, trying to see what comes out of this shit and stuff. Hold on, I gotta fucking fix my goddamn lighting. But yeah, because I was really interested to see how much cover-up bullshit happened. Oh, I'll be right back. I didn't turn my lights on. There we go. All right, we got some fucking lights on. So yeah, so we are gonna look into this, and this video finally watched a video that will allow me to kind of react to stuff as said in a good way. So let's see what happens.
I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child.
Why can't I hear anything? Because my headset didn't turn on. What the fuck? Who does that as a streamer? Edit that out, Lumino.
Life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
So no, once again, I believe that Jeffrey Epstein did all this stuff. I believe that he is a weirdo and a creep. And I think a lot more people should be in trouble right now. I'm just letting you know at the get-go, that's my opinion. I don't think this is no conspiracy theory. I don't think this is no fucking goddamn fake bullshit. No nothing. And when you look at the emails, a lot of motherfucking goddamn people were goddamn trying to fucking talk to this guy. So that's my opinion on the thing. But once again, we'll look into it and we'll talk as we go.
No, but I do have a good mirror.
She knows that Jesus watches over her. He helped save her life. In response, Jeffrey Epstein says, you should dress up as him when you see her.
So I don't understand if you know exactly what that means. So this girl said that she felt like Jesus saved her at some point in time in her life, right? So he says, why don't you dress up as him? He's telling the person that's going to SA this girl, this underage girl, who likes Jesus, to dress up like Jesus. Jesus fucking Christ is all I have to say about that. That is fucking weird. That is so aggressively mean. It is insane.
We see this darkness. It involves leaders in academia, in science, in industry, in politics.
Another just insane detail.
That's what's weird is it does. It's not just like famous actors. It's not like politicians. It's like everybody.
That has emerged.
Everybody that has money was fucking doing this shit. Like, that's what this shows.
Here is that Lawrence Krauss was trying to get Epstein and Rogan to meet together.
Yeah, I'm in the files for not going. Jeffrey Epstein was trying to meet with me.
It's hard.
I'm not the biggest Rogan fan, but I do agree that he absolutely nailed this. He is so fucking lucky he didn't even like entertain the idea of meeting this guy, which was smart. Like, this guy is a fucking weirdo.
To come up with a language to express what we're observing in the world other than the language of theology.
I hadn't seen any real evidence for it until these files. And now I'm like, oh, this is demonic. This is clearly demonic.
To people who have been on the train of like, you know, world's run by satanic pedophiles and like that. Like, well, now you're seeing some of it.
Exactly. Like,
The question...
I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all in any way, shape, or form. This is not a conspiracy. This is fucking weird. This is absolutely what the fuck was going on. Like 100% was these weirdos fucking paying mad amounts of money to do whatever they want with whatever they want. That is fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck is... Yeah, let's give the rich people a tax break so they can buy more babies to eat.
is not good or bad. The question is what's natural.
There's definitely a parental advisory on this video. If you're watching this with your
Not
children,
on mine,
I do
there's
not
not.
recommend that you do that. I want to warn you because I know a lot of the content on this channel is family friendly. This video will not be family friendly.
By the way,
Weinstein's
shout out to
decades-long
this
chain of
channel.
alleged
Link in the
harassment was a
description
dirty
below,
Hollywood
I think.
secret.
I can tell you that the number one problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia.
So now this is Corey Feldman. If anybody in the United States remembers these guys, which they do if they're not under 30 or something, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman were two famous actors that did a lot of movies in like the late 80s, early 90s, I'm guessing. And they were really famous, did a lot of good movies and stuff like that. Charlie Sheen, I'm pretty sure, banged both of them, according to what went on. So Charlie Sheen was barely more famous than them at that time. And that's basically, I think, what they said, was that he did stuff to them. Which, once again, we're just speculating on this channel. I'm sure this video is going to get banned, so I'm hoping you're watching it live. I should be recording it. Let's go.
Nobody talks about pedophilia.
It's the big secret.
And it's widespread?
Oh, yeah. I was surrounded by them.
They would pull away the better looking younger kids and keep them for their own after party, and it would turn into a pool party. And then they'd have their rules. Oh, there's no swimsuits on in the pool.
In a new interview with the Sunday Times,
there's no swimsuits allowed in the pool. So I don't know if you guys realize in 1872, Martha Goyer invented the swimsuit so that you could, use it in a pool. That's exactly what a swimsuit is for. Just to go in the pool. And if anybody Googles that fact, you're a fucking idiot.
the former child star alleges that pedophilia has been a real issue in Hollywood. He tells the publication, quote, "There are a lot of vipers in this industry, people who only have their own interests in mind. What bums me about these situations is that the victims can't speak as loudly as the people in power."
And if you usually look, the people that this happens to, like primarily, not 100%, because Terry Crews is an exception to this, but these people primarily are small people, small boys. The women, it doesn't matter. They go after all women. But it's usually smaller boys, like people that aren't big in stature, which is creepier than fuck.
And it's not just Hollywood, it's also the music industry. You've got people like P. Diddy, who obviously everyone now knows about that.
What did Diddy? What did Diddy do? Just kidding, everybody.
And others, primarily Jay-Z. Jay-Z is my top one. I was asked why don't I like Jay-Z?
Dude, the craziest story is that Jay-Z did stuff with Harvey Weinstein. Like him and Harvey Weinstein did stuff to girls. Bro, what the fuck? Have you seen Harvey Weinstein? What is Jay-Z hanging out with that guy for in a bedroom naked? Like, what the fuck? That's some weird shit.
And on my list was the fact that when I was 16, I heard him put out a song, or I guess the song was already out, I don't know, saying 666, unalive Jesus, like what? After that, he called himself Ove, a disrespect to Jehovah. He then opened a museum about himself, mimicking the pages of the Bible.
Wait, what? Hova is a diss on Jehovah? I didn't know what Hova was. I don't know if anybody in this video chat knows if that's true or not. Is Hova really a diss on Jehovah? Like, I didn't know.
Then created a movie disrespecting Jesus again. Like, he's like Jesus' biggest hater. Okay, he's been demonic since forever. Made a movie about Jesus being a magician and not really the son of God.
That is like the fakest looking hair in the world. That hair looks like it's made out of like fishing line, like dark fishing line. That is crazy shitty.
And I can go on.
It's all a joke. We're just having fun. It's art. It's comedy. It's entertainment. There's nothing to see here.
Jay-Z was also implicated after being present during an abduction of a victim, where the victim was assaulted by Harvey Weinstein.
See, this is the part I'm talking about. I didn't get this far into the video, but do you see what I'm talking about? Like, look at this guy. Like, if you're Jay-Z, how fucked up do you gotta be that you want to see this fat, disgusting motherfucker naked in a room with anything. Like, god damn it, are you kidding me? What is wrong with you? They're like, hey, you want to watch Harvey Weinstein bang this shit? No. Nope, I don't. No, she's really hot. That's okay. I'm out. Like, did you see Harvey?
Jay-Z watched it happen. The account says later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z, while Weinstein had inserted his fingers into the victim. After this point in the account, the document describes...
Hey, yo! Are these guys monitoring this shit? I don't monitor my videos. I'm assuming this guy is. YouTube, that's on him if we get banned.
The individual regaining consciousness in a room with multiple high-profile figures present.
I was 14 and he put that song out about unaliving Jesus like he's been demonic.
I mean, Jay-Z even created merch that says, do what thou wilt across the chest, which references Aleister Crowley.
Aleister Crowley, that's a weird motherfucker right there. A lot of drugs, a lot of weird shit. The Nazis liked him for some reason, which is kind of weird because he's actually almost against what the Nazi shit has been doing.
So it's not that hidden. You also have people like Cat Williams, who was ringing the bell about this over a year ago.
There are spiritual things going on in the world.
Cat calls out a lot of people. Cat gets mad respect. Cat gets mad respect.
There are things that are bigger than just coincidence, and a ritual is something that you do over and over and over again a certain way.
And then more recently, you have really weird instances like this one where Roseanne Barr is talking to Tucker Carlson, of all people, and she says this.
And they're just trying to protect themselves because when that list comes out and all the other stuff is declassified, you know, it's going to be like worse than the emperor naked. It's going to be the emperor went to Epstein Island and ate people. And you know they do that. You know they babies. That is not.
That's fucking crazy.
It's true.
So it's not just the dogs and the cats, not just the pets.
Roseanne Barr was
It's not just the dogs and the
She was
cats.
the most famous sitcom
They're
actress
full
at
on
some time.
vampires.
At
And
one
everybody
point in time
still
in
thinks
America.
I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh and they drink.
See, and I don't think they do it because they think they're a vampire. I think they do it because they go, I have so much money that I can pay to do something that is impossible. You know what I mean? Like if you can pay to have a woman do anything for you, like a prostitute, like the most expensive prostitute, do anything you want. If you could buy any fucking food you ever want made or anything like that, like you just start going, okay, I still got money left. What do I buy next? So somebody sells you, you know, like a fucking $1 million bed that's custom made by some company in Switzerland. You buy it. Okay, you still got $80 billion left. What do you buy next? You keep fucking progressing to buy shit that is impossible to buy. And you get into the realm of buying shit that is really, really not okay. That's what happens. That's why you need to tax rich people way more than you tax poor people and then give it back to the poor people so that these people don't have so much money that they're just throwing it at these crazy ideas of eating babies and whatever the fuck else they fucking do. That's why you need to tax them more and stop making them pay zero taxes like Jeff Bezos did 2 years in a row, I think. Paid zero taxes. How the fuck is that? It makes no sense.
Human blood. They do, Tucker. Stop staring at me like that.
You're freaking me out, man. Because you spent your life in the entertainment business, so I think you have some authority on this.
Please wake up, even those who are pretending to be asleep, with the irrefutable truth of what the worst people on this planet.
I do agree that if you get up to the upper echelon of people with a lot of money, you see a lot of disgusting things. You'll see. I have a prescription ready. A lot of
Planet are really up to. They are really up to that.
And listen to their response to this at the time.
Bro, take your medicine. Look, I don't know how many of you guys have experience with this, but it's a very, very common thing. Somebody who has a severe psychological issue, like severe bipolar disorder or paranoid schizophrenia, one of the really bad ones, usually they really hate taking their medicine because they say it takes away the thing that makes them feel special.
But
I don't agree with what that guy said. If somebody's like bipolar and they take medicine that works, then I'm pretty sure they're going to take it because it makes them better. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody that's bipolar doesn't take their medicine because it makes them not feel right. That makes no sense. Whatever that last guy just said made no fucking sense at all. That was fucking horseshit.
Now listen to some of the things that are being said post this most recent Epstein Files drop, and listen to how the conversation, the tone, the openness, and really everything is changing right now.
He's talking about the newest post Epstein drop because they put out a redacted form of a lot of shit, and then they unredacted a lot of it. Once again, I've looked into all of this very extensively, and the unredacted one, every single person you know that's pretty famous or extremely rich is in the motherfucking goddamn files. Because what happened is Jeffrey Epstein had this amazing ability to save people money in taxes. There's like a weird thing that they would do. They would like transfer the money into like a corporation in like the Virgin Islands, send it to like fucking China or something, send it back to the Virgin Islands, and then send it to like Denmark. And then they didn't have to pay taxes on it. So that's what I was talking about earlier, where I was like, Jeff Bezos didn't have to pay taxes for 2 years. He paid 0 taxes. How the fuck is that? He's the second richest man in the world. How did he have to pay no taxes? And it's not because he donated enough money to not pay taxes. It's because Jeffrey Epstein and people like that figured out a way to goddamn get him out of taxes. So here's why Jeffrey Epstein's so goddamn amazing. Not because he's offering these pedos, these fucking little girls. It's because he goes, hey, you pay $3 billion in taxes every year, Elon Musk or whoever the fuck we're going to say. And he'll be like, I can save you $2 billion in taxes, so you only pay $1 billion. You give me, 950 million, and then you can come to my island and hang out too, and then I'll try to trap you with these fucking girls. That's what he did. He was a tax evasion expert that used that to reel these people in. So a lot of these people that you see in the emails might not be there for the girls, but everybody's there for a crime. They're there to do a tax evasion scheme of some sort to get out of shit. So nobody in these emails are fucking innocent, but some of them might not be pedos, but a lot of them are going to be.
In culture as it comes to this particular topic.
If there was ever a time where people could step back and say, even some of the people who didn't have any real evidence to point to, but who were making what we would have termed crazy claims, even too.
So let's talk about stupid ass crazy claims. This guy obviously didn't research this. So do you realize that there was a high school in the state of Florida that Epstein and Giselle and their recruiters used to recruit girls from? The reason why they found out that Jeffrey Epstein was doing this stuff is because a girl at school yelled at another girl and called her a whore for being a prostitute. And then they got in a fight. And when they checked the girl's purse that got called the whore, she had like $300 cash in her purse. Once again, and she was like 16 or 15 in high school. So what happened was that's the money she got from Epstein, and that's how they started connecting the dots to go after this. They were targeting that high school. Now, if you went to high school, if somebody in your high school usually kissed somebody or banged somebody or did something or were dating, you hear about it immediately. If they're recruiting actively from a high school, I guarantee you other students knew this. That's why this fight happened. And 2, I guarantee you the teachers heard about it, because there's no way some nerd didn't hear it and didn't say, hey, Mrs. Smith, they're fucking recruiting prostitutes here. What the fuck? Like, this shit is crazy.
2 years ago, but let alone 9-10 years ago. Even if they didn't have real evidence and it was just like a great guess, I don't care. I have to look at them and I have to say, hey, if I shut down...
If somebody came and said anything at all to this fucking aspect of this shit, somebody should have took it serious. But we obviously know they did not, because it took him like getting arrested and then doing it in their fucking face before he was like, hey, look, I'm doing it again. Before they did any fucking thing. I don't understand.
X, Y, or Z. I'm just,
This guy's
there's a laundry list here, so I'd be listening to them all day. If I shut down this, or that in the past, I can't even say yet that you're right, but now I can't say you're wrong. So my apologies. Seriously. Like, a lot of people out there, especially those of you listening who are extremely, if you view yourself as like a level-headed, kind of let's just see what the facts are here person, like, you got to give that to people who have been on the train of, like, world's run by satanic pedophiles and like that. Like, well, now you're seeing some of it. Now you're seeing that this, like, supra government involves people who may or may not be into those kinds of things. Emphasis on may. Emphasis on R, actually.
Now, this other guy.
Yeah, and see, I agree with that, like, 100%. Like, it's happening, but the guy's kind of wrong about one thing. All they do is distract you with something else. Like Maduro in Venezuela. Like the war in Iran. Like, those things are just ways for them to distract away from it. They're like, okay, we're going to release it, but guess what happens right after that? Bigger shit. So pay attention to the bigger shit. Don't pay attention to these Epstein files. We released them all. Fuck it. There's a war in Iran right now. We kidnapped the fucking president of Venezuela, or the dictator. He wasn't the president, I don't think. But you know what I mean? Like, come on. This is fucking stupid.
Guys like Nick Kaswani, Blair White, and a ton of other YouTubers going into the details of the files and showing all of what has now come out. I'm not going to go beyond a certain line in this video because some of it is just too dark and too graphic, but I do want to give...
Oh yeah, there is direct files that just say fucked up ass shit. Like, oh, like this with this girl, hey, I want to, there's definitely some really weird shit. I've looked into all of it for the last 6 months now.
Some sampling of the kind of activity that we're talking about in order to make
Just
the point
like
of this
this guy
video
did.
clear.
We have
Shout out to
this
his channel.
woman who sends a photo of her baby to Epstein.
My fucking daughter's calling. Where's my phone? Oh, there's- hold on. I'm doing this on stream. So beautiful. What? Hey, what's up, LEC? Who? Yeah. Yeah, just let me know if you want to go out there. I don't have any. I work tomorrow morning and Sunday morning, so if you want to go in the evening, we could. Just let me know, beautiful. All right. All right. I love you, and guess what? You're in a YouTube video because I'm shooting one right now. You're in a YouTube video because I'm shooting one right now. All right, I love you. I love you, beautiful. Bye. Okay, what I was going to say before my daughter called, thank you, LEC, too. Yeah, these people are fucking weird. Why does this lady have lip fillers and, like all this fucking makeup on her face and shit like that? Like, if you're going to do informational videos, just do them. Like, don't show off your body and shit. Like, I mean, I could do that. I could pull my cock out on stream. But I'm not going to do that because you guys will laugh at me. But still, like, why try to do yourself up? Just do a really good thing. Like, you could look okay, but you don't need to go get lip injections. Like, her fucking lips and her cheeks are huge. She definitely gets injections in her lips and her cheeks because that shit's absolutely outrageous. You don't need that to make good content.
And says your generosity has no limits after receiving an unbelievable sum in her bank account, and that she's never seen such a number in her bank account. Harvard professor Martin Nowick emailed Ghislaine in 2002 to thank her for her hospitality, and out of nowhere said, "I'm so happy I didn't kill anybody," referring to their visit.
And once again, I believe that's probably a true email. I'll be right back. I gotta grab a drink. I'll be right back, everybody. By the way, how you been doing, LEC? How you been doing lately?
Glad you didn't either, but why was that ever on the table, right?
The first shocking piece of evidence is the name of Epstein's bank
kill
account, which
anybody.
goes by the name Baal, the demon that the Bible mentions that demanded human sacrifice. The document states, please wire $11,438 from the above account to Baal, name Wachovia Bank, N.A. A very weird type.
It's funny that it's Wachovia Bank, because that's not like a big bank. That was like a really shitty bank. I don't even think they're around anymore. Like, they were horrible. Maybe that's where they used them.
To call your bank account, but given the fact that these are child monsters and children were sacrificed to this demon, it makes sense. The next document shows that Epstein was receiving torture videos from a redacted contact. Where are you? Are you okay? I loved the torture video. Just in that document.
See, I've seen that email before too. Like, do you see what the fuck they're doing? Like, dude, you don't send it. Like, go look through my emails. Do you think there's ever an email that says, hey, where are you? I love the torture video. No, no, no. No, no, no. I'll give you guys my fucking email on my phone. There ain't no email that says, hey, I love the torture video ever.
Document alone raises so many concerning questions. Prince Andrew also tortured a victim and proceeded to have the victim
I'm glad that they finally arrested Prince Andrew too. Like, really? Like, you got a video of you standing over a girl on the ground. She looks like she's not there anymore. Like, what? You gotta be kidding
alive
me.
right after, with even photo evidence of the night that it happened. The document says, back in the 90s, Ghislaine Maxwell recruited a girl for a modeling career. Instead of modeling, she was sold as a slave for sex and torture. Prince Andrew was an accessory to her death as he tortured her and me to force her murder. That's just...
How in the fuck is this a fucking thing? How is this? This is a thing. This is a thing now. This is a thing. Like, you could have talked shit about this years ago, and people would have been like, "Oh, I don't know about that," and shit. Now it's like, no, it's a fucking thing. It's fucking real. People pay to kill, eat, and fucking do shit to people. Like, it's not like some $20 prostitute on the side of the road. It's eating a fucking child.
Absolutely disgusting.
Nicki Minaj posted, just as the Epstein files were being released, with this tweet: your favorite artists have been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate them and kill them as a form of a blood sacrifice to their god. You see, when their master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood.
Dude, I cannot get past her fucking lips. I cannot get past her lips. I'm sorry. Bro, you have to stop doing that to yourself. Look at that shit. It looks like a bounce house that kids jump on. What the fuck are you doing? You have so much makeup on, so much filler, so much bullshit. Like, holy fucking shit. Like, just look at, I mean, I know I'm naturally beautiful, but god damn it.
However, the jig is up. People love to disregard this stuff. I think part of it is it's just too painful to hear. And then, of course, if you're an atheist or agnostic, you don't really have a lens to see this from. If you're a Christian who really knows your Bible, you know this is all biblical. This is all laid out.
Joe Rogan, the most popular podcast in the world, has had on multiple guests over the past several weeks, filling out details around this same subject matter.
Yeah, there's all sorts. Did you see the thing in the Epstein files?
Oh, yeah. Like those
ordered...
Epstein files. In fact, I can't believe that, like, everybody just kind of like, oh, well, okay, and they're moving on with their life.
I agree with this guy right here. Like, I've seen this video before. Like, I do agree. How do you just look at it and be like, okay? Like, it's okay? Like, it's not okay. Like, it's so fucking weird. Like, arrest these motherfuckers. Fucking Elon Musk is like, hey, can I come over for the fucking weekend? He's like, yeah, it was sent on December fucking 25th, Christmas Day. Or 24th, whatever day it is. I don't even know. I think it's the 20th. But I'm like, dude, you're sending it on Christmas Day. Like, I want to go party on your island on Christmas.
Well, I think people are waiting for a condensed version that lays out all the facts.
Yeah, they
it's the people that are like really interested in reading all the emails.
I think the Lucifer.
That's one thing I do agree with him, is like, people want to be like, okay, so just say this guy did this guy did that, And the media is not going to do that because it's completely controlled by all these rich and politically motivated motherfuckers.
Arians cast a spell on the world. And,
For real?
Oh, absolutely. It's just like how vampires can't go into a house unless they're invited. They tell you, what's going on ahead of time. It's predictive programming. And once you say it out loud and you put it out there and make fun of it and do a little
So now this thing, I kind of think this is kind of weird. I don't agree with this, but listen.
skit, like Stephen Colbert did a little skit on his show where, oh, here's a baby. I'm going to take this baby and I'm going to give it to Moloch. And he goes into like a cloudy red, furnace and hands the baby over. And he's, oh, the baby's going to be fine.
So here's the problem with this guy's fucking theory is Colbert got canceled by Trump. He's saying these elite politicians and shit have this fucking thing where they numb you to stuff, right? Well, why would Colbert do it? Colbert got canceled by Trump. Colbert lost his TV show because of Trump. Why would he fucking do that? If Trump and Clinton and fucking presidents and all these people are the Moldoc baby eaters, why the fuck would Colbert do it after he got canceled? That's Colbert being satirical about the fact that probably happens. This guy is fucking this thing up horribly.
And they make a joke about it and the audience laughs. Okay, we're all now conditioned to it. And in fact, mundus vult decipi, ergo decipiatur. It's a long known concept. And so in Latin, mundus vult decipi means the world wants to be deceived. Ergo decipiatur, therefore it is. We want to be deceived.
So now that quote is pretty intelligent for somebody who wrote it so long ago. Like the saying the world wants to be deceived is true. That's where you're like, hey, on Temu, these exact shoes are like $20 less. Yeah, the world does want to be deceived. The most prevalent thing is in advertising. That's where you see that, is you want to be deceived. Like if you go like into the store here in the United States and you go to buy NyQuil, right? Like a 4-ounce jar of NyQuil will be $12, and an 8-ounce jar of NyQuil in the Circle or the Walgreens brand will be $8. So one's 4 ounces for $12. One is fucking 8 ounces for $8. So it's cheaper and you get twice as much. But people will buy the NyQuil one just because they see commercials. It's the exact same medicine in both of them. Why in the fuck would anybody buy the other one? It makes no sense. It all has to do with marketing. You can market anything. You can market a shit sandwich to a fucking moron, is basically the best way to explain it.
We don't want to believe the horrors that are actually behind the veil.
Well, I think with the Epstein files, people are, because of these emails that have been released, people are just now starting to be aware of the bizarreness of the code.
Yes, they are just being, but they're letting it in slowly. See how they did like the first release with the redacted, and then the next release without the redacted, but it wasn't all of them, and then the next they're going to release all. It's because they're trying to numb you. It's like if you're on the show Hot Ones, when you eat one hot sauce and then you eat another hot sauce, it's not as hot if you just ate a hot sauce. So that's the way they get people to go through the gauntlet of the hot sauces. If you just went straight to the end one and ate it, it would burn the fucking shit out of their mouth and they'd be like, I'm not going to eat another hot sauce. Like, this is ridiculous. But it's the same premise. You're numbing them to the fucking reality of what's going on slowly so that they can take the fucking end dick in the ass, if that makes any sense. My penguins, hit me up. You know what I'm talking about.
And some of the things, like the facts, like let's just talk about the sulfuric acid. So this was like right after he was indicted.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sulfuric acid thing. So if you want to know about sulfuric acid, is you can put a body in it and it'll dissolve it. Look up, no, what did they use? They used fluoronic acid in Breaking Bad. But fluoronic acid, this acid, it'll dissolve a body. That's what they're talking about it for.
2018.
Yeah, I got to get rid of some bodies.
Yeah. How much did
And once again, who's going to come to your fucking secluded billionaire island to look for a dead body? Who? What police force? Why do you have an island? What police force polices your island? Yours?
Dissolve up some bodies.
What did it say? He ordered 6 drums of sulfuric acid right away. Are you really worried about your reverse osmosis plant right after you get indicted? I feel like you're going to jail.
It looks like a duck and it quacks.
Reverse osmosis plant. So reverse osmosis is a filtration system where maybe he's pulling water from the ocean. I don't know, like somebody in chat, if you're into fucking desalinization, where you pull the water from the ocean, do you need sulfuric acid? I don't think so. But just like this guy says, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it probably has some lubricant at Diddy's house.
Like a duck. It's probably a duck.
It's probably a duck. 330 gallons of sulfuric acid.
It says this was the...
That is a lot of sulfuric acid. So if you buy it in, what is that, a 20-gallon drum or 40-gallon drum? Like the big blue barrel? 40 or 50 gallons? Like, holy shit, dude. You ordered 6.5 big-ass barrels of fucking... Okay, you're killing people.
the only documented purchase order for it.
Well, I just don't think we really knew until we saw those files come
But they
out.
still aren't
And
doing
then you
anything.
go, oh, well, there's no denying it now. My position on it is completely shifted. I thought there's probably some really sick people that have an appetite for that, but I hadn't seen any real evidence for it until these files. And now I'm like, oh, this is demonic.
Exactly.
This is clearly demonic.
Exactly. Like I'm saying, just like he said, it seems like it was just a joke that these people were going to like eat babies and have this huge child sex ring and all this shit till now. Till now. Now it's not bullshit anymore.
This is incredible. Oh, it's in such good condition.
It's not
going to fit. Oh, it's going to fit.
She said it's not going to fit. Of course it's not, honey. Wait,
Because there
was
are
my
large
mic on?
antiques in your area,
Hey, wait.
there are
Was
drivers.
my
in
mic
your
on?
area. Uber.
Whoa!
cut
Can
that
you
out of there.
believe all this food fits in one box? Holy!
Working with Morgan & Morgan was so easy. Call Morgan & Morgan. They got you.
Termites were eating my house. They eat house. So I went to Terminix.com.
So dramatic.
I moved your meeting, and your car will be here at 5.
Chris Hemsworth.
Perfect.
Look at this little beauty I found in the garden.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, whoa.
Okay, so thank you for saying that. I'm somebody who was raised a Christian and went to Bible school and that kind of stuff as a kid.
So looking at this guy and hearing him talk already, this guy's not normal. This guy's a little bit off. So
In youth groups, and then growing up in Central Coast of California,
he looks like a vegan Kenny Rogers. I'm just gonna say.
let's say, veered in different ways.
AI, vegan
But
Kenny Rogers.
the experiences that we've encountered over the last half a dozen years, it's hard to come up with a language to express what we're observing in the world other than the language of theology.
There's these references to pizza, a lot of references to pizza that...
This Pizzagate fucking thing is kind of stupid. Like, I don't... The Pizzagate thing is very, like, whether it's something or not. It could be something, it could not be. So if it's like, I'm not going to discuss it. If it's straight up like Epstein, like fucking kids, then we're going to pay attention to it.
are 100% some kind of a code.
Yeah.
And then it brings you back to
Not,
Pizzagate.
it's not. Yeah.
And which
They're
was
Italian
widely
people.
dismissed. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh, this is a bunch of kooks.
It was like 2 people.
Here it is. She
3
said she
people.
felt God's presence next to her when she was in bed. She knows that Jesus watches over her and he helps her
Jeffrey
helped
Epstein.
save her life. And then he writes, whoops. And then In response, Jeffrey Epstein says, "You should dress up as him when you see her."
That is so fucked up. That is so fucked up. That'd be like, like, hey, like my stepdad was like my worst nightmare. So you dress up like her stepdad to go do your thing. That is fucked ass up, dude. Fucked ass up. That is just adding fuel to the fire for no reason. You're being a dick on top of being just a normal creep. You're going to try to be a bigger dick. That is so fucked up.
It is dark. So we see this darkness. It involves leaders in academia, in science,
I don't trust this guy.
in industry, in politics.
Another just insane detail that has emerged here is that Lawrence Krauss was trying to get Epstein and Rogan to meet together.
Yeah, and that's funny. I do give Rogan credit for that shit. He was like, fuck no. This is after he got convicted. Who? There's so many people that still talk to him after this. Who would talk to him after this? Joe Rogan's not stupid.
Yeah, I'm in the files for not going, because Jeffrey Epstein was trying to meet with me.
But he writes here in this email, "Sorry about Rogan so far. He seems more timid than I would have thought." This is from Krauss to Epstein.
They hit on him so bad. They were like, "Hey, I thought he liked young girls. Like I thought he was gonna come out. I fucking thought he was gonna." Shut the fuck up, Rogan. Respect. I'll give you respect to the day you die for
Regarding Rogan,
one of my guests was trying to get me to meet him. I was like, "Are you high? Like, what the are you talking about?"
For what reason would you? What would be...
If I was a guy who was like sucking up to the rich and powerful.
Once again, it's for taxes. It's just to get, like, you can pay, instead of $3 million in taxes, Rogan, you can pay $1 million. You give Jeffrey Epstein $800,000, fuck a couple girls, get a massage on your dick, and you're good. That's what this is.
And what is so ironic about this to me is that this is the same Lawrence Krauss who, like, fairly recently debated Michael Jones of Inspiring Philosophy. And I kid you not, the title of this debate was Christianity or Secular Ethics. Which is best for society? You cannot make this stuff up.
A lion takes over a rival pride and kills the cubs.
Secular ethics. Here's my problem with, like, secular ethics is, what in the fuck do you talk about? Like, do you realize, like, the United States is the strongest economy in the world right now, right? And it is a mix of Europeans, Africans, fucking everybody came here, and then they all work together to make the country better. Like, having different cultures is better than only having your culture. So, like, if you only have the good shit from the fucking Nordic region of Sweden, you only get that thing. You only get that Nordic culture. But if you have a culture from, like, 7 different people, and then you say, hey, put it into economics and let it spread, it goes fucking ballistically well. Like, what the fuck? Like, it is so good.
Of the rival he dethroned and impregnates to secure his own bloodline. Does this mean that it's okay for a stepfather to murder his stepson and that kid's mom in your worldview?
Okay, what he says, a lion takes over a pride and kills the other and takes over. Is it okay in that worldview?
Look, okay, you know.
I hate to do this. I just want to also mention, I got to hold you guys to about 60 seconds.
The question is not good or bad. The question is what's natural.
There's art.
He's stalling. If you only have 60 seconds, why are you like... Shut the fuck up, bro.
The hundreds of, probably thousands of victims who tell detailed, horrific, awful stories about ways that they were abused in the context of satanic ritual abuse.
But like
a global satanic religion?
Oh yeah, dude. Have you gone down the satanic ritual abuse rabbit hole?
He's way too close to his microphone. I'm not going to judge, but I've been trying to judge my microphone lately. just gonna tell me he's way too close.
It's so dark. So what I'm referring to specifically are survivors giving survivor testimony on video, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. Like not like one guy came forward and said this. Like there are whole support networks for these people. Like there are psychologists that specialize in SRA victims, satanic ritual abuse, and because you have to like treat them in a whole.
I would agree with that. I would agree that the people that do it are paying for like therapy for the people that get it done to them. You know what I mean? Because if you can pay for that, like let's say, okay, so you as a victim A, then you pay for therapy for victim A and give her $100,000. There is probably 0.08 chance she's going to say anything about it. If that makes sense to anybody.
Different way than a regular abuse victim, because the level of depravity and disgusting, like literal torture of children, like literal. So think about
Yep, literal torture of children. Then you pay for therapy. It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
About Jeffrey Epstein's clientele, right? We know that that's real.
You think
right?
Bill Clinton wanted to pay to watch
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, think this through as a thought experiment.
Okay.
If you
now, once again, don't ever think if anybody's name is in the Epstein files that they're doing what this is. If their name is in the Epstein files, they are trying to get tax breaks. Is the number one thing that's going on. The number two thing is the kids. So I'm not going to say who is or isn't in there. I don't know. I haven't looked into it that greatly, but that is an honest opinion of how this shit works.
You have everything in the world, and like lust and power, like addictions. Anyone who's ever experienced any form of addiction, whether it's like to alcohol or to Adderall.
Yeah, once again, this is the thing I'm talking about. Like, if you think you have enough money to buy a yacht, you buy a yacht. Then you're like, can I buy a building? And you buy a building. Then you're like, do you think I could buy a baby to eat? I see that being a thing. I see somebody going, I have enough money. I could buy a baby and have a chef cook it and I can eat it. And I'll stay young forever. Which is, a myth. But I can see people doing that. And it's demonic and stupid as fuck. Makes no sense. But if you ask me my honest opinion, of course I can see people doing that. And I'm sorry, everyone.
Or to like porn or heroin. All those addictions kind of play on this sort of like this feeling, this like desire of like, oh, I just felt so good, and like whatever else is wrong in the world, like that's not wrong and that's good. That's and they all kind of play on these same things. And powerful people,
It's not what he's saying. It's not about like, hey, that shit's bad. This makes shit better. But there's no shit bad in your life when you're a billionaire. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with, hey, I can pay to fucking do anything because I'm a billionaire. I have $5 billion. You know that for $500,000 I can eat a baby? That's what it has to do with. Do you got $5,000 to eat a baby? No. And you know how much money you need to have to be able to blow $500,000 on eating a baby? You got to have billions of dollars. And I'm sure that happens. And once again, I'm disgusted by it, and it's stupid.
Money, that lust for power, when turned towards the lusting and the greed, the darker side of power and money is inevitably an addiction as well in a lot of ways. And not everyone who's powerful and rich goes down that road, but clearly like the Epstein clients do, like clearly.
So not like he's saying, yeah, that's true. Not everybody that makes money goes down that road. Some people only care about money and they focus on the money. But anybody who has any addiction whatsoever to drugs, children, corruption, any other thing, when you have $13 billion, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. You just pick it and do it.
They want children, like they want to do, and there are snuff films, like people like people pay on the internet right now to watch murder, like to watch these kinds of things, because there's
websites where people do this shit, let alone billionaires paying for their own snuff films. Like, if you're worth like $40 billion, you don't think you could pay for some girl to get murdered on film during sex and like go watch it and jerk off, do whatever the fuck you do? Yeah, sorry YouTube, but yeah, you can.
Inherently a devil in everyone. I think the way I see it is that there's an angel and a devil in all of us, and you can feed the good wolf or the bad wolf.
No. There's not an angel and a devil in all of us. This is where he's wrong. There is a devil in all of us. And when you have the money to feed the devil, you let the devil out. That's exactly what it is. If you're an angel, you'll always be an angel. If you're a devil and you get money, you will always be a devil.
And some people get addicted to feeding the bad wolf. And a lot of times in a capitalist society, that incentivizes greed and lust. Like, it incentivizes a lot of our worst behavior.
Like I say, in a capitalist society, money driven, yep. If you're a devil and you got money, you will be the worst devil in the world.
Behaviors, that means that a lot of the worst people will rise to the top of that system.
I still want you to face this evil head on. And not try to obfuscate it, not try to say, oh, it's moral relativism, oh, it's just Epstein's genes that are causing him to do that. Like Krauss said, oh, yeah, under the secular...
So this guy said, is it Jeffrey Epstein's genes that make him do that? No. What makes a man be a predator is because he was preyed upon when he was a child. Anytime a man was preyed upon as a child by another SA predator, he will reciprocate it back onto society most of the time. If he doesn't go get help, he doesn't go get counseling, stuff like that, he will reciprocate it back on society. It doesn't matter if somebody's gay, straight, trans, whatever. None of that matters. If that happens to them, they will reciprocate it. Women will not do that. They do that like 5% of the time. Women reciprocate it like 5%. That's where you see the teachers that are fucking sleeping with students, shit like that. It's like 5% of the time. When it's a man that has it, he will reciprocate it probably 92% of the time. He will reciprocate it back onto somebody else. And that is absolutely appalling and disgusting. And that is exactly why you need programs in place that if somebody gets convicted of that they can go to classes and get help. That is 100% a reason for that. Let's go on.
Humanist worldview, everything is matter in motion, everything is physics and chemistry, and really it's just our genes telling us what to do. In a sense, everything is deterministic. I guess these people's genes just make them do these types of things to kids. Aw, shucks.
Yeah, we're going to listen on because I think he's making a point. But yeah, no, there is not. Your genes can make you in a certain way be like either straight or gay, but it can't make you go after kids. That's something that happens because of scarring of the brain from younger incidents.
I guess no one's moral opinion can be better than anyone else's. I guess it's all just determined. It's all just their genes. Like, if the best we can do is say, I disagree with you, or boo Epstein, I hope we can see the problem with that type of worldview. I hope we can see that evil is real and good is real. And that's actually good news in the sense that we start there and then we go, well, then what is the source of good and what is the source of evil? And we start to go upstream and we realize, wait, the only way that there can be real good and evil is if there is some kind of a moral law that distinguishes between the two. And then that would mean that we have a moral compass or a conscience that allows us to perceive rightness and wrongness in accordance with a standard. Well, where does that law come from, or where does that standard come from? I hope that all of this can be a signpost for you to point you back to the moral lawgiver who is God. God. Like, what are we comparing all of this Epstein stuff against in order to call it evil?
This guy's not making a bad point. It's not the greatest point, but he is definitely just fucking dragging it on. I don't understand. Like, there is no point to make at all in any of these issues. There's no point to make. You do not touch kids. Like, there is no, like, hey, whether they did it for this or political or it doesn't matter. You don't ever touch kids. Like, ever. There's no, is this another video to try to numb everybody? To not be like, hey, it's not okay that people touch fucking kids? Like, is that what this is? It better not be. Like, God damn it. It is never okay. There is no justification for anything ever. Everybody be safe. If you ever have any problems, call somebody, your local police department. Somebody, please go get help. Like, nothing is ever okay. No matter how much money, how much bullshit, how much whatever. Hashtag me too. Call somebody. Get some help. Please. I love you guys. I'm going to end this video and I'm going to start a new one. Oh, shit.